Greetings everyone and welcome to traditional draft of Forgotten Realms with a very nice bomb rare in the first pick here. It's pretty easy first pick. This is just a pretty crazy good effect. It's so different from just drawing a card, and even if you were able to draw cards when you cast some creature spells would be great, but you get a copy of the creature, so you get all the tempo also associated with it. So you cast like a 4 mana creature, you get another 4 mana creature. So this is just it's 2 colors, but it's good enough that I would be considering splashing this in any decks that play either blue or green. But yeah, it's easy pick here. The next choice would be the Grim Bounty. I like it more than the uncommons here. This is just a very good common. Could be the second best common. I do like Dragon's Fire slightly better. Okay, so hopefully green blue would be open, but not in this pack. Someone took a rare, so I have no idea what would be the opening color here. The good cards here are the couple of uncommons here, I think. Yeah, the commons really are not worth considering. This set in particular, I think, has a very low amount of kind of high pick commons. There are some for the colors, but usually you look at the beginning of a new pack in a draft. You want to see the rare and uncommons to be something good. This is kind of a trivial set to draft in that sense. For example, here none of the commons is really that great. The Thieves' Tools, for example, is good in a particular deck, but it's not really a pick here. I think it's between the Goblin Morningstar and Barrowwind. Now, none of those will work with the Volo here. And I think I maybe like the one color card a little bit more here, but the black-white is definitely worth considering too. Now, I probably have been overvaluing the true polymorph a bit in the past. I have picked it quite high, but given the pack, I think it's still a good 6 mana trick because it can do a lot of stuff, especially if I remember that I can turn creatures into artifacts, which would have saved me in a draft a while back ago, but I basically lost because I didn't use this in a correct way. But yeah, this does turn anything into anything. So I think it's the pick here because the other option is like Spoils of the Hunt, which is not that amazing. And if I'm green-blue, I think the True Polymorph is the better pick here. Now, am I going to be green-blue? I don't see green. I see a fighter class here, though, with plate armor. And I have a Goblin Morningstar here, too. If there are no rare drafters in the table, there's a non-zero chance this comes back. I guess for every card there's a non-zero chance that it comes back, but if no one is red-white and if no one rare drafts, I could pick the plate armor here and then take the fighter class, which will have 2 nice equipment to get. I mean, if I'm going to take the kind of equipment-focused card here, it is going to be the plate armor. I'm not taking the blue card here. I might abandon the Volo here, but I take the plate armor. If that is a pick 4, that might mean that white is open. Hopefully that is the case. Okay, well, I can take another Goblin Morningstar. Usually equipment has the problem that too many equipment means you don't have creatures in the deck to equip with, but this comes with a creature, and sometimes even with the creature equipped already. So I don't mind playing a couple of Morningstars in the deck, even though the +1/+0 and trample is not really the biggest pump effect in the world, but this coming with a token makes all the difference here. Yep. Alright, so I'm looking to draft maybe red, white. On the other hand, could take this thing, but I think if I'm gonna be red-blue, which is really not, I mean that might not be the case, but I take the Guild Thief here. There's of course no, I'm not taking the Potion of Healing. I'm still looking to draft red-white here, but I take the Guild Thief if I'm going red-blue here. I have the True Polymorph and the Goblin Morningstar. Wow, another Blackstaff. Well, there's some white here too. Okay, I'm taking the Dwarf Hall Champion. I really want to be red-white instead, especially because there is a small chance the red-white fighter class comes back. But anyway, this with the equipment is fantastic, so let's take it. And really, at this point, I think I'm not completely locked into red-white. I have one creature for that color combination, for instance. Yeah, and this pack is really, the Brazen Dwarf isn't necessarily what I'm looking for in this draft deck. I would pick it, but there's also Charmed Sleep and the Spoils of the Hunt. Now green hasn't been open, so the Wallow might be just not that great, but I could take the Charmed Sleep, or I can just take the red card and force the red-white, because it is a good archetype with the 3 uncommon equipment already. Okay, I think I'm gonna force the red-white now. I have some playable cards for the class, but I guess I made my decision. I don't like to play the trick in an equipment heavy deck, but it's still a card you can have. For example, maybe I should put it to the sideboard, because this is a best of 3 draft. This can do some nice work in certain situations, but it depends on how much removal the opponent has, for instance, how much instant speed interaction the opponent has. Okay, well, this is just sad, but let's take the Brazen Dwarf now then. I guess the Brazen Dwarf can carry an equipment, although giving +1 power to it doesn't really make it that much better, but it is a 2-drop. Yeah, well, I have 2 of them now. Let's see how it goes. I kind of felt like when I got the equipment there that I might have the red-white archetype open here, but it might also not be the case anymore. Okay, I'm not taking a third one of those Brazen Dwarfs. I can take a Paladin Shield. And now that's all the equipment I kind of need. Now let's just get some good cards. Okay, Kick in the Door is not a good one. So let's take the Investigator in the end. There is a chance I will play red, blue, and then splash for the Wallow. Okay, whatever. Didn't get the Fighter class, but it's not really that big of a surprise, because in the end it was a pretty late pick for me, and for it to go around the table at that point is not exactly a very high likelihood. Alright, so Hulking Bugbear is good, but so is Delina Wild Mage. Yeah, it's gonna be the Delina. The Reaper's Talisman is, of course, amazing card, but I'm not going to start picking black cards now when I have the pretty decent Delina here, which will work both in the red-white and the red-blue archetype. I still hope to draft the red-white, but let's see how much cards for that I'll get. Well, there's another Guild Thief, which is not enough for me to get excited about. Blue but Portable Hole is reasonable piece of interaction. So I think at this moment I am just gonna abandon the blue cards. It seems like white is quite open in this direction. Maybe red is not, but it's okay. Now I don't want to play the Brazen Dwarf, so I take a better 2-drop that carries equipment very nicely because of the lifelink. So let's do it. Okay, Tiger Trap Hunter, Hobgoblin Captain though. Okay, I do like the better 2-drop, but I also like this thing quite a lot. It is a tough choice actually. I guess this has too much good, it can act as some kind of removal, so that makes me want to play it. Dungeon map, maybe not for this deck. This is not going to have a lot of venturing, and the mana acceleration won't be that relevant. Now, +2 mace is acceptable, but Divine Smite is amazing against black, and this, while unplayable in best of 1, is great sideboard card in best of 3, so I will take that. And wow, that's really pretty much nothing for me. Am I gonna play 2 Paladin Shields, or rather have the You're Ambushed on the Road? I think I have this in the sideboard instead, because I don't even want to play one of these, but I can play one of these, but I don't want to play 2 of them ever. This is very similar in its application as a sideboard card, so I'd rather have these to give myself some possibilities to have also this, the +1/+3 effect here. Here, the Goblin Javeliner is pretty easy. It's going to pick up some equipment, hopefully power boosting ones, and it becomes better right away. And it's the good thing about this is that it's only one power, of course, but at least it trades with 2 toughness creatures, so this can't be just blocked by any 2 toughness creature. That said, the format has a lot of 3 toughness creatures, though every color has a common 1/3 for 2, for instance, so it's not the best one, but currently I'm willing to play it. Okay, another Divine Smite, but the the improvised weaponry is maybe the pick here. I don't actually have a removal in the main deck other than the portable hole, so let's take the improvised weaponry. Sadly, yeah, it would be amazing to sideboard 2 of those in against black creatures, but not happening here now. Okay, I didn't really get any white here in pack 2. The colors are not exactly open, but it's too late to switch the colors. I think I could take like blue cards in here and abandon still the white. But the occult elemental, now let's take the Nolocamp thing and hope to get. I guess this is enchantment removal. I'd rather play this than the Brazen Dwarf actually. Maybe I can just cut the Brazen Dwarfs right away. Because the Goblin Morning Stars are kind of 2-drops. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2-drop creatures when I count these as 2-drop creatures. Okay, well really I got all the useless cards here. Fine. Okay, well let's take this again. And let's hope pack 3 will be a little bit better, because this was really a disappointment. This is actually a playable card, so if you run out of playables, you can always play the unexpected windfall. Okay, well, pack 3 started well. Not only is it the great mythic rare bomb for my colors, it's also a mythic rare I don't own 4 copies yet. As you can see, I have 1 of them in my collection, so this would be my pick no matter what, because I aim to complete the set entirely by drafting and with some sealed deck events, so which already went. That's no longer any sealed. But anyway, Icing Death, easy pick, and maybe I get something back here, or maybe not. Doesn't matter. I got the best possible card from that pack. Yeah, Minion of the Mighty. Not exactly a limited card, but I have a Hobgoblin Captain here, and I would pick that because I want to have 2-drops. But Farida's Fireball, I would pick it over the bad 2-drop here. But I will take the good 2-drop. But this is actually a card I wouldn't mind having. And here, Delver's Torch, Dwarfhold Champion. How many equipment it's currently? It is currently 4 when I have like the Paladin Shield, which is unexciting but playable. I think I still need a creature here. Yeah, 8 creatures. Alright, that's like no question about it. Dwarfhold Champion can be played. I have some playable white and red cards on my sideboard, but I really mostly need creatures. I don't like Eye of Vecna. It feels it's a bit too clumsy paying life and mana, 2 of both. I mean, if it was 1 of both, yeah, that would be a lot better, but not when you have to pay 2 of both. I think I take the mana fixing here. Also have 1 dragon in the deck. So, yeah, let's take the mana fixing now. Okay, there is a Hobgoblin Captain, which I take over the +2 maze. Dragon's Disciple is pretty bad, unless you have like, what, 4 or 5 dragons, which you could, because there's at least 1 common and some uncommon ones. And here, oh man, that is only 10 creatures. I don't remember having, well, I have these Brazen Dwarfs, but oh man, am I gonna play a pack of holding here? I don't need another one of those. I have 2 of these. You're ambushed on the road already. Kick in the door is just, I mean, I guess it could be playable in a very heavy focus venture deck, but let's take the pack of holding and hope that I get some creatures. Yes, I did. Sadly, all these, which I actually would be happy to take, all these are now in the same pack. Now, if these were just, spread a bit more evenly in the previous packs, I would be a lot happier. But now I have to make a decision between these 2. I have, for example, no 3 mana creatures in this deck, so that's bad. I think I need the 5-drop. And yeah, then I get nothing. So I think this is, while I have had some bad drafts in terms of results. I think the decks have been still good, but now this deck might be generally a very bad deck because it's not gonna have enough creatures. All the on-color cards are these weak tricks which I really don't need. So I mean, I'm gonna play like a spiked pit trap to have at least some interaction. I'm not playing another Paladin Shield. Let's take the spiked pit trap. It's not as good as the Farideh's Fireball, but what can you do? Yeah, this is pretty miserable. I'm gonna play the Javelin. I'm actually happy to get even that, at least that late in the draft. But yeah, the colors went open and now I'm really struggling here to get even playables. I mean, that's 12 creatures, so I definitely need to have Brazen Dwarf in here because, I mean, even though it's just one power creature, it is at least a creature. Yeah, and then I don't think I want to play another one of those. I have a bunch of 2-drops, and that's pretty much it. Am I gonna play a Spear Dagger? Might as well with all these. It's actually not so bad with double Goblin Javeliner. +1/+0 might be something I want to have in this deck, but this really isn't a great deck. Am I going to play a Bag of Holding in case I flood out? Or another Brazen Dwarf? Orb of Dragonkind is not. It's just 20 gems in this deck. I mean, not in the deck, but in my pool. Yep, it's bad. You come to the Gnoll camp. Rally, I guess the rally maneuver. It's the highest upside card, maybe. It's a trick, but it at least sometimes can cause some blowouts. So I feel like this is the deck now. I'm not happy about it at all. The mana curve, yeah, where did I see a whole lot of 3-mana creatures for these colors? I don't think I did. It's not like there are none. There are, but I have 13 creatures. Well, that's a bit lying actually, because the Goblin Morningstars are creatures, so it is 15 in the end, which is fine. And some tricks, some equipment, that's actually 5 equipment, alright. I can tell you that the deck isn't that great, but it's what I'm gonna work with. This is the main deck. I have some. I can see sideboarding in this card, for instance. I can see sideboarding in. Well, of course, the Divine Smite will be sideboarded in. Maybe in some matchups, Bag of Holding if I just need to make sure I don't flood out somehow. Although this deck isn't gonna be a late game deck, so not sure how good the Bag of Holding is ever going to be. But no matter, I'll just, do this, and I'm gonna play 8/8 basic lands, and let's see if I can get, for example, 2 wins with this deck, which is, I think, because of course when you play traditional drafts, 1 and 0 win results are horrible in terms of the prices, so you wish to at least get 2 wins. But this deck, I'm not going to expect to get 3 wins. I would be very happy to get the 2. At least I got a mythic rare here, so there is that. Getting 2 wins would be a victory in terms of the overall draft. I'm not sure. Should I just have moved to blue? I probably should have moved to blue, but I think I had a bit too many of this equipment, which made me, draft this archetype. At least the Icing Death was a good price there. It's a very good card. I can win games with it. But yeah, let's go and play the matches now. Okay, I can play the Pit Trap out, which I will. I'm not gonna surprise the opponent with it. If I don't play it now, I might regret when I have only 5 mana available and I would want to use it. They will have advanced knowledge about it, but so what. I'm actually gonna kill this thing with a portable hole because I don't have any equipment. Let's see, which one I wanna have. Oh, I have a mountain here, so I will play the white card now. Next turn, a portable hole and a Hobgoblin Captain. Because I don't want, of course, this to trade with my guys. And this exiles, so the sampling cast won't be. Now they could, of course, have the. They could have the. The sacrifice a creature or artifact and then draw 2 cards and make a treasure token. If they pass with 2 mana up, that would be super awkward. I mean, it's also awkward if they play it right now. Okay, well, they can kill my champion. Well, that's not what I wanted to see, but I guess that's the same as them having any removal on this thing, any 2 mana removal on this thing, so it's not really that big of a deal. So let's do this, and let's do this because I don't want them to -1/-1 this. Let's hope they don't have the 3 mana 2/2 that can kill an artifact. That would not be nice. I got my Brazen Dwarf, which will be fairly useless until I find at least some equipment and something else than the +0/+2. That's not really great with the Brazen Dwarf. Improvised weaponry would be also pretty bad because I know I'm not casting this thing. If I suppose I hope I'd just draw 2 lands back to back. Okay, they have a magic missile. Well, that's almost the same. Well, I got the plate armor here now. In terms of, it would be a better use for mana, but I'm playing the creature out still. It doesn't really do anything when I have no creatures here. Okay, clattering skeletons. The good news is, of course, that now the Brazen Dwarf will be a 4/6, and it will be, of course, a lot better with the plate armor. Unless the opponent has removal for that, which would, yeah. I mean, the 4/3 will trade with my 4/4, so... And they still have 4 cards in their hand. I have the Spiked Pit Trap, of course, let's not forget about that. Zombie Ogre. Well, the Pit Trap has to deal with that. This will be a 7/7 with the plate armor. Now, the plate armor is just very good, of course. Now, they should attack with the clattering skeletons. I don't understand why wouldn't they do that, but I suppose that's fine. I'm not playing the Windfall because I'm, of course, not gonna discard my 4/4 creature here. I hope to find a land at some point, and then I can play this, and then at some point when I find another useless card, I can use it, but let's see what I draw. I can also discard some nonsense for this. I might draw some... No, okay, I get to discard a card. Well, it's going to be the Windfall, I think. Interesting. Okay, so... kind of want to just kill the Zombie Ogre. If they have the instant that says sacrifice an artifact or creature and draw 2 cards. Well, if they have it, they're gonna keep mana up for it all the time. So, okay, I get to... No, what does it say? I actually forgot that it has some additional order. So I get a treasure token. Okay, I did get it. If I roll 10 to 20. And now I can even start the race here. They are leading the race a bit, but with my 4/4... Oh, they can double block it. Sad. But it's fine, my 1/3 trades with a 5/3, so I think they're supposed to take the 4 here and attack back with 9. I mean, that's actually the thing they should do. I'm very happy about this trade. I'm very happy about that trade. I mean, I would go to 8 here, I would be in slight trouble, but I guess I would have a 4/6 blocker to their guys. But no matter what, I will do this now. And I won't be able to block with this. And they are holding priority, so they drew something. Something that has instant speed interaction. Don't be a Farides Fireball. If it is, that could be game over. Well, I suppose any creature is gonna be pretty big here now, so it's not gonna be a game over unless I just flood out. I will go to 9 for sure. But they are having some instant there. That's like obvious. Dungeon Crawler. Well, they... Okay, how do I do it? I could just kill this. No, I can't. Yes, I can, because this will trigger pack tactics alone. They get to venture, but they only get the first step of some dungeon. I think that is definitely worth it. Let's hope they don't have the Farides Fireball. It's gonna happen now if they do. Okay, so now I can do this. And then I can kill the clattering skeletons. Or do they now have the card draw thing? Well, I mean, they can... I know I could just leave this as a blocker, blocking the skeleton. Because they have something that's like obvious, but it could also be a feign death. I mean, it's not removal because they haven't used it. So feign death, and then the what's the command? I don't recall the name of the card. Okay, now I see it. Dragon's Fire. Alright, that makes sense now because now I can't do the sacking thing. I'm going to go down to 3 here. So I need a creature now, and I hope they don't draw a creature. Otherwise I'm gonna have to start leaving guys to block here and... Oh. And they get the high roll. Oh yeah, and that's it. That's game over. I mean, opponent drew better. What can I do? I drew lands, they drew 5 mana cards. Well, it wasn't a 5 mana card, but Dragon's Fire there was obviously amazing. Well, Divine Smite goes in. Sadly, I don't have the other one. And then, with that, Dragon's Fire, Magic Missile Sped, I guess I could play the card that saves my things, because my stuff isn't so strong here. Yeah, the Brazen Dwarf goes away, and the other card I'm going to cut here is... I kinda like the Spear Dagger with the Goblin Javeliner. But I don't want to cut any creatures here, so what spell would I cut? Rally Maneuver. Okay, it's that. Now let's do it. Let's hope the opponent doesn't draw better than me this time. Of course, if they have a better deck, they are bound to draw better than I. Which might be the case here. Okay, so classic two-lander. I would keep, of course, in a heartbeat if there were both colors represented here, but I can't play the captain. I can only play the whole and the champion. So it's just a mulligan. I have a 5 and 4 mana cards that I'm not gonna cast anytime soon because this requires 2 red. So even 1 mountain here isn't gonna make it that great. So let's mulligan that and look at this. Well, I'm gonna keep it now. But this has to draw exactly a mountain. Yeah, this double red. Yeah, I know I could mulligan to 5, but it's just I mean, I have to be so lucky to get a good 5, and I can't just here get the mountain like I did, and then it's fairly okay. Am I going to? Don't know really. I'm not gonna block if they attack, that's for sure. I'm gonna play the spiked pit trap now. Maybe they play some target for the improvised weaponry. If they... I'm not gonna give you the treasure token. No blocks. They didn't play a target for the burn spell, okay. So... raising here. Okay, that is a very good draw, I admit that much. Are they going to kill my thing? If they have improvised weaponry, I could just keep +1, +3, but then they would get the treasure. I would definitely return this to my hand, because I can cast it and equip it anyway. And it has even haste, so it will be able to attack. But I mean, I don't know if it's gonna be the improvised weaponry. Now, Goblin Morningstar. Okay, well, I'm doing this. Why wouldn't I do this? They might want to have the treasure here, jump block for the treasure here now. It's fine for me. the plate armor also gives ward 1. So let's see if they don't have artifact removal. Then I think I can be in a good shape, because with the Goblin Morningstar I can make it even more bigger. I mean, all of my creatures will have nice pump effects from the equipment, but if they can deal with the plate armor, it's gonna be a lot harder. Now this didn't take any damage because the creature died to the ping effect here. Okay, they discard a Baleful Beholder to draw 2 cards, get some treasures. That sounds reasonable. And then let's see what's their play. They have 6 mana available now. This only returns creatures, not permanents, sadly. Doesn't work in the same way as the card with Adventure, the uncommon 3/1. That thing returns any permanents you control. Okay, opponent has 7 cards, and because they were missing land drops, most of them are lands. Now they just drew 2 plus 1 at the beginning of their turn, and they just played a land, so it's possible they drew a bunch of lands, but they have a lot of spells still here. Let's see what they're gonna try to do. Devour Intellect. Well, they get to choose now. Well, then they get to choose. I mean, I probably lose the Goblin Morningstar or Improvised Weaponry, or maybe the ambush thing. It's not exactly good anymore when they know about it. It might still be the card they don't want to see there. If they have any creatures that die to this Improvised Weaponry, I think it's that, but... let's see. The Morningstar, sadly, because it was my only other creature there. So if they kill the Javelineer, well, I suppose they can't kill it now because I can save it, but if they can block with it, I don't know. Well, they had their reasons for getting rid of the Morningstar. Yep, that is annoying. How many this time? Gain 2. Okay, that's not so bad. I attack here, they take the damage. I will play the Hobgoblin Captain. Because they can't block it, because I can make it into a 5/7, so they can't, even if they triple block it, they can't kill it. And if they block with the Swarming Goblins, I mean, I will trade with your ambushed thing here. Okay. That means they get 2 tokens for free, but what can I do about it at this point? They already got them. Don't have any more equipment here, so this is gonna cost 3 to equip. Opponent still has 5 cards. Ah, the goblins here giving 2 free tokens can sometimes be annoying, although it doesn't really seem like that amazing of a 5-drop. But the minimum is 4/3 plus 1/1. Well, it really depends on the matchup. In this matchup, the 1/1s are definitely meaningful. And this also explains why they got rid of the Morningstar, maybe because they are good jump blockers, of course, which wouldn't help against trample things. Okay, now if I draw land, I can get rid of the zombie ogre right away. Let's see if they attack with the 1/1s. I can't see them attacking with the swarming goblins, because I can just trade with that. Okay, no land for the spiked pit trap. So if I attack with the Goblin Javeliner, it will deal damage to, I think, to only 1 blocker. So it's combined of 8 toughness here. Becomes block, it deals 1 damage to target creature blocking. I think it only deals to 1, even if it doesn't deal to everyone blocking it. Now, yeah, I'm gonna trade with the zombie ogre, why not? There's no point attacking with the Hobgoblin Captain, nope. It has first strike, but 3/5 can kill it. If this was instant, it would be different, but it's not. Now, if they do double block with the Swarming Goblins and the Zombie Ogre, Well, in the end, it's just a 1-1. I mean, I can just move the equipment to the Hobgoblin Captain. But I would rather play maybe more creatures here. So, of course, I can keep it. I can make this a 5-7. But if they double block it, 5-7 is not enough. Okay, they are running out of time here. They're really thinking hard here. They just jump block. That's fine. Get rid of those tokens they got for free. And then not much else to do. I'm not playing the improvised weaponry here for anything, so let's do this guy. And pass. Them knowing about you're ambushed on the road is a bit awkward. I would imagine they would just maybe trade with. I mean, why wouldn't they block with the 4-3 there? They would have to. They would force me to use the thing or just make the trade happen. I'm not exactly sure if I want to just use this to say my what is essentially a 1-1. Although moving around the equipment is costly, so as long as I can have it on the Javelin, it is valuable. But okay, the opponent is really thinking hard about their turns here. They don't have any timeout, so they have to make a decision very soon. I mean, they of course have a million cards in their hand, unlike I. I don't have even the 5th land. But, well, something has to happen right now, otherwise they pass the turn. They could of course have an instant speed card in there. Okay, that is, well, that's good. But yeah, they know about the weaponry, so that means they have something for this. Or maybe this is just the first card they're gonna feed on the thing. Alright, so now I did that, so I can again do the same attack. Let's see what they're gonna do this time. I don't think I'm gonna burn my treasure to play another Dwarf champion. Well, maybe if they... No, I won't, because the 1-1 here can... Well, let's see how they block, of course, that depends. But I also want to keep mana up for this thing. If I play this, I won't have any mana available in that case. But they did play this, which kind of means that they have another 2/1 toughness creature they want to survive instead. Now I'm gonna kill the zombie ogre, because I will be able to do that with the 1 damage this deals. So now it's 7 damage, and it's not enough to... Yeah, it won't be able to... I wasn't able to save it. Another question is, do I want to do this now? I don't think so. There's still the 1/1 that can eat a champion for free, and I might want to have the 5 mana available for the spiked pit trap if they play something crazy now. But yep, they are not running out of cards. I suppose the Dwarf champion will be a 6/6, so it's not a small creature, but it also is very vulnerable. But, of course, I can equip the plate armor so that I will keep the mana up for the trick all the time. The opponent is again thinking hard. I guess they don't really have good attacks themselves. Because I can trade with it, and I would trade with it. Maybe the thing that gets first strike, I would trade maybe with that. But let's see what they try to do now. Now if they have an improvised weaponry, it's a bit different. Do I want to prevent them getting the treasure, because it would be a lot of... I mean, I would have to pay 2 mana again, and I'm a bit constrained on mana. I'm not sure, but let's see if they're gonna do that. Or I mean, I don't even know if that's in their hand, but they are just really thinking hard. I mean, I don't think the board is that difficult now. Magic missile. Well, why were they thinking about that? Wow. Okay, let's have a 6/6 instead. So I'm gonna pump this guy. I mean, they get a 2-for-1 no matter what. I don't know what was the hard decision there, but Maybe they have something even better in there. Who knows? But yeah, now, I mean, them having, I saw this of course, but I can't really, I mean, I can't lose my cheap cards from the deck. So yeah, this is amazingly against me, of course. But what can I do? Okay, let's try this thing now. Make a 6/6. They at least don't have anything instant speed for that. Maybe they just jump block or take 6. Jump block I like. Get rid of that. 1/1. It's not like they are racing me here. They are certainly not. Okay, why are they thinking now? Maybe taking the damage. They need 1/1 for something. I take either outcome. I still have my pit trap here, so kills anything that has at most 5 toughness. Well, they still have 4 cards. Yeah, they definitely have gotten some nice value value in this game. They drew 2 cards with this thing and I wasn't able to pressure. They had all the time in the world. Okay, they have that thing, so maybe I will put both of them. Oh, they actually put it on the 4-fold champion that has the equipment up. Why would they do that? It's only a 4/4. Now I'm happy to trade with the swarming goblins up, of course. They even had to pay extra for it because it had ward 1. Well, that's completely fine. Of course, I can't now move around the equipment because this will immediately die, but well, they have to choose something right away. They are losing. Okay, they won't go for the scry, but they don't have a lot of time to scry here. They really are. Okay, they've scryed to top and they just got to combat in time. They are really playing with on the edge of their. I mean, they don't have a lot of time there, and they have a dragon's fire there. Okay, well, sadly they did scry on top. Okay, that's fantastic. So let's just let's trade here and hope they don't have removal. If they can remove the Tribe Hunter, well then I can just say that I can't beat all the removal they have, even with my plate armor. But of course this will be a 7/7 Trampler, so if they don't remove it, so that's just gonna be a win for me almost assuredly. But it's all depending on how good are their draws. They did scry to top, which is scary of course. But yeah, there was the option to kill this 4/3 with the spiked pit trap, but I felt like I didn't want to keep this around because when they complete a dungeon it gives an additional -3/-3. Okay, now that's fine. That is definitely fine. Am I going to actually no, let's not be foolish here. I could have killed this or something, but let's just attack them to 1 here. Jumping with the 1/1 doesn't make any sense. Jumping with the Herald is very good for me. It doesn't jump, of course, it will trample over. So I think they have to go to 1 here. And hope to draw removal. They do have mana to easily to pay the ward. Okay, they absorb 1 damage there. This is not gonna pump power, so no point playing that now. No point showing them I have it. So, Eyes of the Beholder, that would kill it because they have 7 mana, so they can cast the pay the ward. But if they have an Eyes of the Beholder, I can just kill the Herald here. And then it's about, I mean, all my creatures will have the +3/+3, so I'm gonna be in a better shape in a top deck war, especially given the life total difference. Okay, that is fine. Now okay, this is something that I can use the spiked pit trap here. Okay, so how do I do this? I have mana to do this and also do this paladin shield. So let's just do this and see what they have. Because now I will trample over the rest of the damage, and if they have some weird stuff, I can use the paladin shield, but this is not gonna be... It's gonna be 4 to them, which is enough. Okay, so I won this. They have 13 minutes, I have a 21 minutes time here. But I guess the 13 minutes will be enough for them. Now, given their removal suit, Dragon's Fire, Magic Missile, well, that's only 2. I guess I can still play the other ambushed thing here. Now, I don't want to play all the 1 toughness creatures when they have the magic missiles. But I have 4 3-1s in here. But I suppose I have the Paladin Shield here, for instance. I also have the Dawnbringer Cleric. Do they have any enchantments? Well, they have the Precipitous Drop, which is usually used in a way that, you know, kills the creature right away. So it's not really that great. But, I mean, look at my cards. They aren't just... I'm gonna just fold, not fold, but I'm gonna have trouble against the magic missiles. There's nothing else there. Maybe one of the Goblin Javeliners could go. Yeah, that's a good idea. And I haven't drawn Icing Death. I haven't drawn Delina. Not that the Delina is that great, but Icing Death, that would help a bit. So let's hope to maybe draw it. And mana to cast it. Huh, there it is. And now it's 2-lander, but both colors and 3 2-drops. So, yeah, this is fine. This is fine. Oh, it's gonna be... Okay, Talisman. I wouldn't have liked to see the 1-1, but I don't like to see this one either. This is an amazing good card. It's really good. Well, Steadfast Paladin... Let's just play this one. I'm actually gonna trade. If they equip, I'm gonna block. Because I want to trade my 1 toughness creatures when they have magic missiles in the... Is it magic missile or missiles? Well, anyway, I'm going to trade my 1 toughness guys away when they have that thing there. But now I did actually draw 2 lands. Okay, that's, I suppose, fine. I have the Icing Death coming up now. That is amazing because I did draw the island, sorry, the plains, and also a mountain for the 4th mana. I kept only 2 lands, and I drew in the first 2 draw steps the stuff I needed, which is pretty fantastic. Now, I think I'm going to just... This sadly doesn't kill artifacts. I'm gonna play the other Hobgoblin Captain here. And again, I will trade with that thing. It doesn't become unblockable, it only gets Death Touch and the Rain effect. I could use the ambushed thing, but I won't. I will not. Against that though. Oh man, I would be tempted to play the Steadfast Paladin and the 12-hole champion, but if they have a magic missiles there, it's horrible. But what is also horrible is that if they equip this thing and I play this thing, yeah, I would rather not block with this thing right away, but they can deal 4 and then drain 2, which is annoying. But I'm gonna fold so hard to a magic missile here. But this is the perfect play because this can trade with this guy and I have this Steadfast Paladin left. I'm gonna play so that I traded my 1 toughness creatures, but I drew 3 of the 4 of these 3 ones here. So let's hope this is the moment of truth. They have the easiest turn. Okay, that is it. They at least Okay. They highlighted both of my cards, which made me fear that they might have it, but they didn't. Now this is still a good one for them, but I have my Icing Death here. And they actually just go for the... Well, they get a Goblin. Well, absolutely I'm doing this. That's it. No question about it. But they can do stuff with the Reaper's Talisman now. Yeah, Death Touch is annoying. Okay, the improvised weapon, it doesn't give vigilance, so at least there is that. I can attack back with the lifelinker. But now it's time to do this. They are having an empty hand. I'm guessing they are going to equip the goblins and then attack for 6. But then I can attack back for, you know, a bit of... Oh, did they... Well, maybe they drew a... They are maybe just reading my cards, who knows. It's always scary when the opponent highlights your cards. It kind of feels like they're gonna target them with something, but it's possible they're just reading the cards. Anyway, let's read this so that I don't make any stupid mistake. When this dies, I create a legendary equipment +2/+0 with equip cost of 2 whenever creature attacks tap target creature defending player controls. Okay. So now this is Death Toucher. So what I can do here, I can trade with the Icing Death. I can also... Because I can use the You're ambushed on the road. It's not the worst idea actually to just deal with this guy. Get the equipment, you can have a nice lifelinker, and they are gonna block with the tokens. I can save it with this thing. And yeah, okay, I think I'm gonna do it. After all, thinking that I don't wanna... I basically want to eliminate all the creatures they have, so that the Reaper's Talisman won't be too good for them. Now it only gives Death Touch when it attacks, right? Okay, this is also nice when they get some of the black stuff. When it attacks, so this does nothing on defense. So I'm going to do exactly this now. And I'm going to do exactly this. I'm gonna tap this thing. And they're gonna block with those two, and then I'm gonna use the ambush thing here. And then they're gonna have to re-equip if they want to. I get 5 life here. And I'm in a good racing situation here because I get 4 life for every attack. They get 2 life for every attack, and they deal 1 plus 2. Basically, I deal 4, but they have 2 cards in their hand. Now I do have 3 cards in my hand, so I'm liking my chances so far. Something that I can kill. Okay, well, interesting. I guess I'll just do this and make that thing. Okay, can't equip automatically, but did it matter this time? I think I'm not playing the cleric, I'm doing just this here. And I have my own token to, you know, with which to block the 1/1 here. Now they didn't play anything, they just equipped, so I guess what their hand will be. Hard to say. Do seem to have something there, but I'm gonna block and see what happens. They have still more than 8 minutes. I think the game is gonna be over before. Okay, I don't mind actually drawing all the gas here. I can't cast this yet, but I won't be running out of time, I don't think. It seems like they have some removal, but I can phase out. No, this is an opponent control. Yeah, I can't save my own guys with this thing, so I guess the paladin dies now. Or does it? I mean, the opponent has to win me in 8 minutes. I mean, if they're gonna play this slow, they are gonna run out of time. I have 18 myself. Why would they think about this? If they have removal, they use it. If they don't have, they should just not waste time, because I'm sure that they don't want to lose to running out of time. Unexpected windfall. Okay, they had an Eyes of the Beholder, so they had a kind of a decision there. Sure. And yeah, let's play the Cleric now. And it's gonna exile it. No, it doesn't exile. Why would I exile there or anything? I don't recall seeing anything that cares about their graveyard. So let's randomly gain 2 life. But yeah, they did draw 2 cards, but they did discard a useful card while doing so. I guess they just have expensive cards in their hand, but now they have 7 mana available. But also only 8 minutes. The opponent, you have to make a decisions faster. I have 29 life, so yeah, that's not really doing anything. And then they can't use 15 seconds just like that when they are. Well, hope you guys don't get too bored here. But I have a divine. I know they have at least a 3/5. And didn't they have also the? I mean the black common, the zombie ogre or whatever. Okay, now I have to sacrifice something. Yep. Okay, both have to sacrifice. Well, for me it's going to be. It is a bit awkward. But I think it has to be the land. Because I will get the treasure with this. I get to cast this at some point anyway. I can tap this guy, so this is the good news. The 6/6 doesn't matter here too much. But the problem is if I sack the cleric here, and I'm not gonna sacrifice either of the equipment, that's too good. Even though the +1/+0 isn't that great. But point is, if they kill this, I want to have my other creatures that can carry the equipment. So I think I'm gonna sacrifice the planes here and hope that I won't be regretting that. Okay, I won't because I just immediately drew a land. So this thing taps target creature defending player controls, so that's easy peasy here now. They get to attack back now. They get to actually deal 8 to me. But not much I can do about it. Not yet, at least. Yep. Now they have... If they use 1 minute per turn cycle, that might be... Okay, I can exile that. Good. That is very good. Well, I could exile that too, but... Well, let's see if they're gonna attack here or not. Nope. So if that permanent is black, exile it instead. Well, I can do this, and then I can... I guess I'm gonna just do this, right? But that's what I'm gonna have to do, which is fine. They get a treasure, but they probably don't need it, or -1/-1 isn't going to do anything either, and this is gonna get tapped. So they're gonna go to 4, unless they really want to give -1/-1, which they did not. So let's attack. And I can even play the spiked pit trap. Okay, well, they are not losing to time, I don't think. Because if they now get to stabilize, this is gonna deal with me very quickly with the talisman. It's gonna be 8 per turn. Okay, the pit trap, they do get some blockers here. But, okay, that enters tapped. No, they can't attack with the 6/6. They need 2 blockers. But I have the spiked pit trap. And they have no more cards in their hand, so I have all the information. And this is game 1 for me, thanks to the Mythic Dragons. Equipment, which is in a very big role here. The treasure is my 5th mana, so what I do here is I'm gonna kill this guy, tap the cult elemental, and game is over. Was that the match number 1? I don't even recall. Well, I will see it very soon. 2 games remaining. Okay, that was the first match. And they still haven't fixed the 2 games remaining. It should be 2 matches remaining. Okay, I see my other rare now. I'm gonna keep it. The opponent did mulligan. They are on the play. Do they keep 6 or go down to 5? I think they're gonna keep 6. They have thought for so long. Maybe they just are thinking about what card to put away. Okay, another black, which also means that it's another opponent against which I can sideboard my black hate in. Alright, this is producing red, so let's take the planes here. Hobgoblin 12-fold. Don't really know which should I have here. Maybe this one. I guess if I draw the spear dagger, I would rather have this, but we will see. Did not draw it. Okay, they did mulligan to 6, so they probably had to keep only a swamp hand, and they don't have any black spells. At least nothing that costs less than 4. Thieves' Tools gives them at least the other color, but they don't have anything else. So this could be shortly over. It depends on how big of the next turn they can have, because Delina can make, and with the Goblin Morningstar I can equip it. Well, let's see, it's black-green, okay, with a Grim Bounty there, but that's not really what they need here. Of course they needed also that. Oh well, that makes a bit better, but so I'm gonna just trade with they have to block the 12-fold champion. This will have first strike. Otherwise I would go for the Morningstar, but I can play the Tribe Hunter, so let's do the trade thing here. That wasn't a bad turn. Grim Bounty into Grim Wanderer, all in the same turn, and it was only about turn number 4, or was it their turn 5 actually? I think it was. They started the game right, didn't they? And now it was my turn 5. So anyway, if they can answer the Hunter here too, which they can, so this is no longer that great, especially when I keep on drawing that stuff. So what I have to do, I just have to go all in here. That doesn't matter because I will move around the equipment here. Well, the good news is I do have pack tactics for that thing on the next turn, because I have exactly 6 power. But if they have more removal, I mean they had double Grim Bounty there. Well, they didn't have any more removal, no blockers here, so I was saved in the end. Now, am I going to... Well, Divine Smite for sure. At least one of these. Probably the other one too. It's pretty nice against Grim Bounty. They don't get to have even the treasure here, so why not? And then the cards I don't keep are Brazen Dwarf and I guess the Dawnbringer Cleric. I don't like to lose my creatures, but the 1/3s just don't seem to do anything against green decks in general. And then I can take like a Spear Dagger away, I guess. Although with the Goblin Javeliners are pretty bad when... They are not good either. Okay, let's see. Is there anything? No, there's just no creatures which has some actual power. So this would be 11 creatures, but do I want to have the dagger and one less Javeliner? Well, I guess the Javeliners do carry the equipment I have here. Yeah, let's do it. Maybe I again need to draw my dragon. Mythic dragon. Okay, that's a fine hand. They mulliganed again. This time they have a 2-drop. Just a 2/2, and this with the Paladin Shield can actually be nice. Let's see if they They might just remove, of course, my captain here. They do have something which is sad, but I know I could have played the portable hole, but I try to get some value, but it's not gonna work here now. They have something. Maybe it's the sacrificer thing, or maybe it's feign death. I don't know. We will see very soon. Deadly dispute. Well, that's not so bad. That is not so bad at all. I could get rid of the treasure, but I'm not really that desperate here. I'm sure they have some 2 mana cards more, 2 mana permanents, or 1 mana permanents left in the deck. Well, that on the other hand is not nice. Now I need my improvised weaponry. Well, guess I'll do that. Force the trade or start dealing 4 damage. They did go for the gain 1 life. Let's see if they have another land drop. They did draw 2 cards, so it wouldn't really be a surprise. But they went for the Mad Mage. That means, is this like a black-green venture deck? There's not a lot of venture cards in those colors. And now it's, I mean, I need to draw non-lands now, of course. Okay, they get 2 lands. Well, that is good against this thing. Not against, with this thing. And now they get the scry. How do they scry? Bottom. Okay, well, let's get my hasty 1-1. Why not? There's no reason to move this equipment anywhere. No. So I hope if they have creatures, it's gonna be black ones. Divine Smite is quite good there. Okay, they didn't. Interesting. Well, they prevent that from attacking. That's okay. Now that is gonna be my play here. I was thinking to move around the equipment, but that is a lot better idea to do it like this. Don't really mind trading these things into there. Okay, so they actually had no place there. Wow, what is in their hand? I mean, they have so much mana and colors and... I don't understand. Well, they get to scry 2 now. But they also need to... This is gonna be a 2-4. I can phase out something. But they do have mana up, which is... Okay, this is good. Now, I could go for the win here. Or can I? No, portable hold doesn't do anything. I can phase out one of these. And they will block... No, it's not... Well, okay, if I knew they don't have anything, then it would be a victory. Because this is +1. How do I do this? This will have first strike, but it doesn't help against the 2-4 if I move the equipment here. But I can move the +0/+2 equipment here. It costs 3 mana. To the Devoted Paladin. Kind of want to phase out, but oh no, they have something, so I'm not gonna. I'm just doing this and this, but am I going to do something else? Sacrifice these guys. Potentially. I know I could return this and replay it, but no, well, they can't block both of these. I mean, we will see what they have. That eats that, that trades there, and then that deals that, and then I can use this thing, which I think I have to do. I don't like this, but I think I have to do it. Okay, that was a good outcome for me. Now I can have it. Do I want to move now the equipment? I don't think I need to. Okay, that can be exiled and will be exiled. Okay, good. So, oh, I will use the portable hole. I hope they have another. Well, okay, this is gonna be a win for me now, because I can phase this thing out. And I can use the portable hole, finally a target for it. So this says, target creature, it phases out. And it's under, yeah, it's when they untap. So yeah, this is going to be a victory. So let's not make it too hard. I will have mana to cast Ward. Yep. It is phasing out. And it can't block, therefore, and even got the rally maneuver, which I don't need here. And that's game over. And match over as well. So I actually got to the 2 match wins, and I still have 1 match left. Well, that was my target, but hey, let's win the 3rd one now as well. Kind of to offset my miserable premier drafts. Okay, opponent decides. Most likely they will be on the play. I got my... Now this is a good question. Is this a keep? For some certain decks, maybe yes, but this deck has to rely on aggression, so I'm not gonna keep a 6 lander that has the Mythic Dragon. This is, for example, much better, and I don't need 2 of these. The Spear Dagger is actually quite nice with this, because it gives the toughness boost to the champion. So it will be a 4-3 attacker on turn 3. But I am on the draw, so the opponent might have a sufficiently large blocker by that time. Sepulchre Gold. Well, that means they have the most likely the kind of deck that can steal and sack. So which is the first? Because I'm gonna try to kill it with the Spear Dagger. Of course, they might find some sacrifice fodder and it's not gonna work. But I'm assuming that the next creature I play might just die. So is it gonna be the Goblin Morningstar? Hobgoblin Captain? Let's take the Hobgoblin Captain. Kind of like a trade-off between maximizing damage and playing the least impactful creature. Because I like the champion, of course, more when it is basically a 3-3, given my equipment here. But if they don't play any creature, I can just kill the goal. They might, of course, have the sacrifice a creature and draw some cards thing, but let's see what they do. Well, they are highlighting my card. Maybe they do have a precipitous drop there. Don't really see a reason to offer the trade here. Yeah, that's fine. With that, I would be trading. It's a bit awkward though. I would want to know what's the die roll from here. If it's a 2-1, I mean, if it comes with equipped this thing. Yeah, but let's see that. I mean, I don't want to trade the dwarf champion here, but if it's a low roll, I don't attack with the captain here. Yeah, no point. No point. So what I can do here now is just play a land and equip this guy. I guess I still could have attacked, but I don't want them to get free ventures because they can remove a guy here. Okay, now they do that. Which is fine. I mean, what? What? Why? They must have something like a feign death there. I'll take the 2, whatever. Okay, that was just a trade on the token there. What? I'm not exactly understanding what's happening, and that was an insane draw too. So this is gonna be equip cost of 1. Let's see if this is gonna be. Yep. I don't need the spear dagger. I just play my 6/4 here. Okay, are they gonna have it? Oh, this is just a non-game now, sadly. Okay, this thing is gonna be haste. I will play the 12-fold champion here. Am I gonna get rid of this guy? Yeah, I am actually going to get rid of it because they might have the threaten effect there. So I will sacrifice. I will make them sacrifice there. I don't know, so not sacrifice, but I will get rid of their sacrifice outlet. That's what I was trying to say. Now this does make the plate armor re-equip into 2 mana instead of 1 mana, but I don't think that really matters now. Okay, now they got the mountain, so maybe they have a price of loyalty or whatever it is called. It no longer helps them. I'm assuming they have the price of loyalty, and they are the black-red sacrifice deck. Sepulchre Goal isn't usually that great card to run otherwise, so I'm gonna have, well, first of all, yet another opponent against which I can have the smite, but also another opponent against which I can play the You're Ambushed on the road. Black and red has also a bunch of removal anyway, so yeah, Rally Maneuver goes away. I think Brazen Dwarf goes away, and the Cleric perhaps, or one of the Javeliners. I do like the dagger now that they have, at least one toughness creature, and it is okay to pump my Javeliners, for instance. But yeah, I do need to cut one more. I don't like to cut the 4-drop because I have so few expensive cards here. I still run 17 lands, so I like to have the card draw available here. So that's 12 creatures, well, plus these, so basically it is 14. But I think the Dawnbringer Cleric still might go away. Or is the Javeliner just worse? This is an okay blocker, I guess. Fine, let's do it like this. Well, I have a 2-drop here. And then I can have the Delina maybe. Oh, die rolling. That doesn't seem like a... I mean, black has not a lot of die rolling. Well, we will see. Oh, this was a good one. They might have a 2 toughness 3-drop. And I got the high roll here, so I got my 2-1 out of the Morning Star. If they play something that dies to the improvised weaponry, I like it. Oh, okay, but their creatures have haste. Not much I can do about it. I could leave this as a blocker, but I don't think so. So they have a 4-drop that will be a hasty guy. The die roller thing, the 3/3 thing that makes treasure tokens, I guess. Okay, well, at least... Okay, they are just not... They didn't have a creature that they wanted to attack with. This is weird. I don't know what's going on. but I will just attack here with this thing. They must have some removal, right? Well, I'm gonna play my Delina no matter what. Okay, I don't understand anymore what's going on. Handful of expensive cards. Rider. Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna attack with both. And then just use the improvised weaponry, because I'm assuming they're gonna block there. Now this thing has haste, but... yeah, they will get those stupid with 2/1s here. Well, it's not gonna block either. Yeah, let's just do this. And how do I roll here? I will make a copy of this because the copy won't be legendary. So, yep. One copy of that thing. They chose to not block, which is kind of reasonable, because why would I attack if I don't have a reasonable you know, continuation for that. Right, so this gives me 2 treasure tokens, so I should definitely do it. And I don't need this one, so let's... Okay. Well, okay, I don't think I'm a big fan of drawing those cards, but... okay. No point moving any equipment here. I have the Paladin Shield in case they try to kill the Delina with some effect that... Okay, so... They have a sacrifice thing there, but there's nothing... Paladin Shield isn't really doing anything. Now they can just copy the Rider. Maybe they get to copy it multiple times. And then get multiple 2/1s there. Yeah, that could be bad if they have a high roll here. And this time high roll means 15. 10 is not enough. 14. Oh, they do get 2 rolls, but they only got 1 copy. But they still get 2 of these things here, which is kind of annoying. If they can sacrifice Delina here, I think I'm dead. Because I can't beat those. They have 2... Well, let's see. I can kill the 2/1s. So let's see if they sack the Delina here now. No, they did not. Okay, Thieves' Tools, which doesn't combine with Rider. Alright, so I can just win. Oh, actually I do just win. Isn't that correct? Wow. Well, that is correct. Because the Delina is gonna... yeah. That is going to be enough damage. Wow, I didn't even realize that this is actually because Delina copies itself. So this is Delina's trigger, and then I will sacrifice Spear Dagger, and this will get dealt damage, and then I will get 1 copy is enough, and I even get, you know, more, but 1 is enough. Take action. Yep. That was it. Wow. So yet another traditional trophy, and even with a deck that wasn't that impressive, I think. It was lacking like 3-drop creatures, for instance. I did lack good ways to curve out. I had decent 2-drops though, and I have had these 2 decent rares, and the 5-drops were, you know, good in this deck. And of course the sorry, not this one. Plate armor is pretty good. I mean, it's really good. But look at the creature curve. There's nothing on 3. I wasn't able to do any ideal curve outs, but in the end, I won all the matches. So I guess sometimes you win with a mediocre deck, and sometimes you lose with a great deck. So at least this does offset my bad premier draft results quite nicely. So next event will be yet again one of those premier drafts. Let's see if I can have a similar success in them at some point. Anyway, thank you for watching, and bye bye.